I'm going to tune into how can we use the next 3 weeks between now and summer solstice to shift, grow, awaken, evolve. I'm looking at the energy for the next 3 weeks. So we're June 1st, and the next 3 weeks, then we have summer solstice in the Northern Hemisphere. And I was just tuning into the guides, looking at the energy streaming onto the planet, and how can we use these next 3 weeks in a very mindful, powerful way. The next 3 weeks are going to be a continuation of a very deep, profound, radical release. We were in Mercury retrograde that churned up some really old stuff. It's almost like it brought all of the sludge up to the surface. And we can use the next 3 weeks to literally be lifting that sludge out of our field, up and out, being in the release. So how do we do this in a very mindful way so that you don't go into depression, anxiety, paralyzing fatigue? What's the point of living? Maybe even using pain as a mechanism to try to clear, because that can be a very uncomfortable mechanism. So if you've been feeling a lot of disorientation, depression, grief, sadness, what's the point? I'm not even connected in the world. Why should I even be here? Physical body pain. That's an indicator that you at a soul level in your body and your teams are doing this deep, profound release. So again, bringing in conscious awareness and an energetic protocol to help you with that release for the next 3 weeks. So take a deep breath in, pull yourself into your line. And as you hold your energy and awareness in your divine light, just take a moment to bring in even more conscious awareness of the next 3 weeks or this intense release. You might even say that to yourself. The next 3 weeks are this intense release, intense energetic release. I have the opportunity to do this big, huge, deep, intense release gently the next 3 weeks. And what you're doing with that conscious awareness is you're inviting some energetic aspect of you to calibrate your fields for a deep, profound release. Maybe you're releasing more in the next 3 weeks than you have in all of your lifetimes because you're being conscious about it, because your energy fields are strong. And then you can invite some energetic aspect of you, your higher self, your body to his higher self, and your teams to reference an appropriate dimension where you have guides, you have advisors, you have a really supportive environment where you, soul rider, your body, and your teams can be in this very gentle, deep cleansing experience, releasing old grids, vibrations, healing old wounds, doing debriefs from previous incarnations, returning power that isn't yours, retrieving power that is yours, returning fragments that you're holding that don't belong to you, retrieving fragments that others have taken in moments of trauma. Just holding this awareness that in some dimension, you're doing this deep, profound release of all the old energies, the residue, the sludge, the discordant that you have outgrown, that's no longer appropriate, old ways of being, functioning, beliefs, behaviors, attitudes, up and off of your fields, your body's fields, your team's fields. Doing a healing in the past, allowing for the ripple and the reflection. And so as you hold that conscious awareness that in some dimension, 24/7 for the next 3 weeks, you are in this deep release, then you don't go into disorientation. Then you don't have to use fatigue as a mechanism to release. Grief, despair, body pain as a mechanism to release. You, soul rider, your body, your teams are using this other dimension, your energetic field, your conscious awareness, to do a conscious deep release of all of the old grids from all of your lifetimes that you have outgrown. It's like letting go of your 2-year-old shoes, the clothes that no longer fit, the threads that no longer resonate. And that's very freeing and empowering when you do this conscious release. And then in 3 weeks on summer solstice, it actually feels like the beginning of a new cycle, almost a new energetic year. And there's this light there's a speed, there's this intensity, there's an empowerment that you can access. Also, too, with this really deep release, you no longer need to use fear as a primary mechanism of releasing. So in mass consciousness, there's a tremendous amount of fear, and that fear is there to actually help them energetically release. But if you're just doing the conscious energetic release, then you don't use the fear. It just doesn't even come up. And I'm not saying that fear is good or bad. It is an emotion. It helps the body shift its vibration. But in this arena, we want to be in the conscious release, and then we don't have to use fear as a mechanism. So release, release, release. And then in 3 weeks, we'll feel into, okay, how do you embrace this next cycle with mindfulness, with empowerment, but after you've cleaned out the closet in a conscious way? Oh, we ask for a balancing and a stabilizing of your fields, updating your grids, all your reference points, all ways in which you perceive. We ask that you are wrapped in sheets of rainbow light, gently sealing these vibrations in to whatever degree is appropriate for your spiritual evolutionary state. Let it be so. Oh. One last piece, I'm always focused on the how in a very 3D way with these energetic practices. You could just write down on a piece of paper if it resonates. I am in a conscious release between now and June 21st, or whenever solstice is. I think it's 21st or 22nd. I'm in a conscious release in a higher realm. And then you could put that on your bathroom mirror, you could put that on your fridge, and then every single day you see that piece of paper and some energetic part of you references, oh yeah, that's right, I'm in a conscious release. I don't have to use fear, grief, depression, anger, pain, body pain to release. And then I'll bring in more daily cups in over the next 3 weeks to support that process as well. Let it be so. Ow.